Hello, I'm Siinom. Today we're going to look at crypto. It's been long since we made a video at Elliott Wave by Shi. So the first chart of the day is the Binance coin or the BNBUSD theta. So if you can see here, we had a low right here at 471.3, which is the wave 2 of the minute decrease. And then we saw 5 waves to the upside to form wave 1 of the minute decrease, which peaked at 618.6. And then a decline, which also bottomed at 534.3 USD. And then I labeled that as wave 1 right there, and then 2. And then I believe this is either wave 2 or A in the case of a flat, which might still be unfolding, by the way. And then from there, we saw a motive wave to the upside, which is wave 1 of this sub-minute decree or decree blue right there. Now, what I want you to look at closely is how the fifth wave right here ends well above the peak of the third. This is a rule in leading diagonals because they are found at the beginning of the trend where the market is not exhausted. And then we saw a correction, which, by the way, also bottomed between the 50 as well as the 61.8 levels, and then started, going higher, breaking this trend line, which is where the star is marked. That's where I was supposed to enter. So right now, you can see that from the time this arrow was drawn, we have in fact even tagged the high that we established for the leading diagonal wave 1. So what is the count that is currently in play right now? Well, that is not the chart for today, this one. I think we have wave 1 and then wave 2 right there. That one has not changed. And then I think we have wave 1 of the micro degree, and then we should see a throwback which should fail to take this low, and then we continue to the upside to break this price right here. I think BNB USD theta is still going to continue to push higher here. Because also, if you look at this 200 EMA, was still trading well above it. You did find here, like the market did find a bit of support here as well as here. And I think we're going to find more supports from now on. Of course, we want to see the market now trading above this upper boundary of the Kennedy base channel. Of course, if you want to learn more about those, things like the Kennedy base channel, you can visit Elliott Wave International, or you can visit the Kennedy Tech charts, because we do not own the tools or resources, by the way, to do that for you. And then the second chart for today is in fact Bitcoin. Also, if you look at Bitcoin, I believe we bottomed right about there. And then we discussed this part with Shane. I think I shared a video, but I haven't received like feedback from him. If you look here, I labeled this structure right here as an expanding leading diagonal. Reason being, when I checked this part, it did conform to the rules as well as the guidelines of the wave principle, because I didn't like the fact that, this would be our one here, and it somehow resembles, sort of like 3 waves to the upside. I mean, this structure from this low to there does qualify to be rather an expanding diagonal. So I label that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's one of minute decree, and then the decline, which is a WXY, that's wave 2, which bottomed there at 52K. And then we saw 5 waves to the upside. That's wave 1 of the minute degree, which peaked at 66K, and then a decline in a form of a double zigzag, and then it bottomed. I labeled that as 1 here, and then wave 2 of the minute degree, and then we saw new highs, which then I think are going to create more highs in Bitcoin, because from this low right here, you saw 5 waves to the upside, and I labeled that as wave 1, and then we saw a correction to the downside, and then I labeled that as wave 2. And then this is the alternate scenario. This can be wave A of an expanding, or let's say running flat, for example, because that's also that's possible, an expanded flat. Yeah, if you look here, we have like the 2.0 Fibonacci level, of which this price area does still qualify to be a flat. But that is not, like where my bias is right now, or where I would bet on Bitcoin. I think we're still going to see new highs. So I think this is wave 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then we're still going to see wave 4, and then wave 5, because this is crypto. But now, notice on the wave degree how I used it here. Instead of saying this is one of like micro degree here, I believe this is a third of a third, because you can see this is wave 1, and then wave 1, like a third of a third of a third. And as a result, I expect, the market here to move as much as it can, so that it can accommodate, like the price movement, so that in the case whereby we form wave 4, it doesn't get too close to the peaks of, these wave 1s right here. So I think this is still wave 1 of the micro degree. But still, what I like about this wave 1, whether it's wave 1 of this degree right here, which is sub-micro or micro, we should not take out, this low right here, as long as it's a motive wave or an impulse, as some of you will call it. So the second one, in the case of, like the rally, this will be this degree. We just, kind of kept with the degree from this one right here without jumping, because if you look here, we did a jump, like it's sub micro, and then we think that's wave 1 of the micro. But here we're sticking to the fact that this might be a micro, like wave degree impulse. Now, what I think the market will do, because the market is a collective of intelligence, it will extend probably this wave right here, our wave 5, or this might be 1, 2, and then 1, 2. But either way, because when you look at this price right here, it does look like the third wave. So I think this is wave 3, and then 4, and then you'll extend the 5th wave, so that when wave 4 of the same degree, which is like it's like this blue wave right here, forms, it will retrace but also fail to take out this this high of wave 1 right here. So that's what I believe is happening on Bitcoin. And then let us now check this guy right here. This is Bitcoin, or we have done it. Something which is interesting. I drew the Kennedy base channel right here, as well as the Fibonacci levels, using, of course, this wave 1 right here. So if you look here, we're likely to reach, like the 1.382 rather than the 1.618, based on the scenarios I have shown you. But because this is crypto, again, crypto can be very volatile, and it can move, extensively. I think we will reach that 1.618. So what I want to see in the case of the Kennedy base channel is that at least let us break above, the upper boundary right here, and then, trade at least towards, 82K as well as 85K. And Bitcoin, believe me, will reach this price. So whatever that happens, by the way, we should not, make contact with this level right here, which is 68.8K on Bitcoin. And I think this is our holding invalidation level in the case of the 4th wave, because the moment we enter here, it will mean that wave 4, or what is wave 4 now, overlaps with what is wave 1, and we just don't want to see that. And I like this right here, the fact that we're trading below the lower boundary of the Kennedy base channel, because such moves, by the way, in the market tend to lead to a market that moves far beyond the upper boundary, especially when it's Elliott's channel itself. But either way, being bullish on Bitcoin, looking for the supporting evidence that Bitcoin is still going to move higher here, is what we are all about here at Eliott Wave by Shay. And again, I repeat, if you want to learn more about, all these tools that we are using, such as the Kennedy base channel and, the tricks on the wave principle, you can visit Eliott Wave International as well as Kennedy Tech Charts. So the last chart for the day, I would say it's Solana, or ticker symbol is Sol USD Theta. So what is happening right now, Theta, is it Theta? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think it's Theta. So what is happening right now is we have here our wave 2 as well, which bottomed at 120.03, and then we saw 5 waves to the upside. As you can see, it's clearly wave 1 right there, and then wave 2, and then 3 with a triangle, wave 4, and then 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. There's clearly no overlap between wave 4 there, as well as